Alright, we're going to work on another U-substitution problem. This one's a little bit harder. It involves a trig equation. So here's our integral for our example. And we're going to take the integral of, how about sine squared of 4x times cosine of 4x dx. Most people, look at this and they realize right away, like, oh, I can't use a memorized trig rule. Sine squared cosine isn't something we've memorized. So a lot of times they'll go to get started and they'll do step number 1. They'll let u equal something. And they'll think that the 4x is a great choice. Let u be 4x. Well, if you do that, you're going to end up quickly hitting a roadblock where you'll still not be able to solve this problem. You can try it. You can pause the video and try it and you'll see what I mean. So instead of trying that strategy, I'm going to put a little note over here. What I like to do is kind of rethink this problem out. Sine squared of 4x, this thing right here, I could rewrite it as sine of 4x, and then I could say the whole thing is squared and put the squared on the outside. I'm going to use that idea to figure out what to let u equal. I'm going to let u equal all of this, so that I have let u equal the sine of 4x. That would make all of this u squared. And then if I move on to step number 2, I find my derivative, du dx. Sine 4x derives using the chain rule. So I'm going to do the derivative of the inside is 4. Derivative of the outside is cosine, keeping the inside, 4x. And then I'll move my dx over, and I'm going to end up with du equals 4 cosine of 4x times dx, which is actually just about perfect. Notice I have a cosine of 4x dx right on the end here. So this is good. I'm going to be able to replace all that. I didn't need this 4 right here. I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to actually divide it underneath this side so that this box is actually du divided by 4. So we move on to step number 3, which is rewrite the integral. So I'm going to rewrite the integral over here. And I'm going to rewrite it, this first piece, that's u squared. The second piece is du over 4. And now this thing, totally solvable. I'll pull out the 1/4, put it in front of the integral, so it's 1/4 u squared du, and I'll reverse the power rule. Add 1 and divide. So it's going to be u cubed divided by 3. And I'll have a little plus c, and I'll have a 1/4 in the front, and that's going to help me get my answer. The rest of this is fast. 4 times 3 is 12, so I have a 1/12. And then instead of writing u to the third, remember what u was? Let's see, it's right up here. U was the sine of 4x. So sine cubed of 4x is the same as u to the third plus c. And then that is my answer. So a little bit trickier. Some of these trig ones, they'll end up looking a little bit different.